Welcome to the part 2 of the videos for payback period. When evaluating multiple projects, the payback period method gives the highest ranking to the project which has the shortest payback period and lowest ranking to the project with the highest payback period. So basically, if project A project A can recover the original investment in 2 years, while project B can recover the original investment in 5 years. Then the payback method gives higher ranking to project A, which has a shorter payback period. So a point to be noted here is that the payback method is a type of break-even calculation, as it tries to determine the time frame when the project will break even or basically recover the original investment. You can refer to the cost volume profit videos to understand the concept of break-even point if you are not aware of it. So now let us look at some of the advantages and disadvantages of the payback period method. The regular payback method does not consider the cost of capital. So this is one of the disadvantages. Now, in order to undertake a project, some amount of capital or investment will be deployed. This capital can be in the form of debt or equity. The cost of capital will be applicable as long as the original investment has not been recovered. So until the original investment has been recovered, the cash inflow from the project should be discounted for the project's cost of capital. This shortcoming of the payback method is overcome by the discounted payback method, which we will be discussing in a subsequent video. Another important drawback of the payback method is that it ignores the cash flows that are paid or received after the payback period. So basically, as we have seen in part 1, it only considers the cash flows till the original investment has been recovered, but does not take into consideration the cash flows beyond that payback period. For example, consider two projects X and Y. Let's say that the initial cash outflow for both these projects is 3,000 rupees. So let's say this is the timeline for project X and this is the timeline for project Y. X and Y. The initial cash outflow for both these projects is 3,000 rupees. So minus 3,000 because this is coming out of our pocket. Now project X is expected to produce cash inflows of rupees 1,000 each for the next 4 years. So total is 4 years. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So project X is expected to produce cash inflows of 1,000 rupees each. So 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, and this is only for the next 4 years. Now project Y will not produce any cash flow for the first 4 years, but then generate a cash inflow of 10 lakh rupees in the 5th year. So 0, 0, 0, 0, and 5th year the cash inflow is 10 lakh rupees. So as per the payback period method, project X will have a lower payback because the entire original investment will be recovered in the 3rd year, and hence this method will give a higher ranking to project X. However, as you can note, project Y is the one which will create more value for the firm's shareholders. Now let us look at some of the advantages of using the payback period method. The payback period method is very helpful in identifying how long the funds will be tied up in the project. This gives a good information about the project's liquidity. So basically it provides information about project's liquidity. Also, we know that it is more and more riskier to forecast the expected cash flows for a distant future as compared to the near-term cash flows. Basically, if we consider this example, the cash flow closer to today's date can be predicted with much more certainty than the cash flows much further away from today's date. So basically, the payback method can tell us about the riskiness of the project. So longer the payback period, riskier is the project. So second advantage is that it provides information about project risk. So overall, the payback method is not a valid method for evaluating the acceptability of the investment projects. It can, however, be used as a first step in screening the projects roughly. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages which I covered in this video.